What's up, beautiful people? How y'all doing? Welcome to Dialogue with the Davises. My name is Cedric, and this is my beautiful wife, Lashana. I ain't gonna even hit you with the, you know what I'm
With the
saying?
D.
Yeah, with
I
the D.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
this is my beautiful wife, Lashana. And welcome to part two of the previous video that we were in the midst of recording. Uh, like I said, been a lot of stuff going on. It's a lot to discuss, and we didn't want to make a 2 or 3 hour video, so we just breaking it up in parts to kind of catch everybody up with some of the things that we've been dealing with or contending with as a family. So once again, thank God for this opportunity to be able to sit before you and sharing a conversation that we pray leads to some positive communication and dialogue within your friend groups. We pray that conversations that were once upon a time difficult to have become easier as you begin to better communicate with those that God has placed in your life, and you know what I'm saying, that you're doing life with. So um, yeah, like we were saying on the last video, man, we wanted to kind of highlight, you know what I'm saying, some of the beautiful things that God was doing in our lives, and you know what I'm saying, at the same time touch on some of the challenges. But this video right here, I think is a time of us being able to communicate and reflect on some of the life-changing events
Hmm.
that our family has experienced, that we're still kind of navigating and dealing with, and I think we will be navigating and dealing with for, you know what I'm saying, quite some time, um,
Yeah.
moving forward. And if at any point in time, you know what I'm saying, while we're recording, if you know what I'm saying, it gets too much, we'll just go ahead on and hit the stop button or hit the pause button and just, you know what I'm saying, reconvene at a later time, man. But um, for those of you that know us personally and that, you know what I'm saying, have been sending up prayers on behalf of our family, uh, we appreciate it. Um, we were recently struck with some unfortunate news. It's been about maybe close to a month now, about three
Mm.
or 4 weeks now.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I'm saying, it was back to back, but we were struck with some unfortunate news. We found out that my brother-in-law, Lashana's younger brother, passed away unexpectedly. Um, and the time frame in which we got the news, it was at the exact moment that I was beginning terminal leave and getting situated to go up and out process and all of those other things. So that's why I say, man, we've been kind of in a space where it's been a lot going on. And then, you know what I'm saying, following that news, I think 2 weeks later, following that, and as a matter of fact, today they're doing her homegoing services. We found out that uh, Grandma Ann Glass passed away
Yeah.
as well. So, man, we've been in a space where we as a family have been doing a lot of praying. We've been leaning on God to help us navigate um, these circumstances in a situation, and what life is to look like moving forward. And you know what I'm saying, it's just one of those things where it seemed to be like it was one challenge after the next, because like I said, we were dealing with some health issues prior to that, myself and Lashana both, and we were navigating those things. So that kind of like prevented us from being able to be intentional about recording, and then having all the appointments and whatnot, and then coming out of that, and you know what I'm saying, the retirement piece and transitioning with that, and then on top of that, you know what I'm saying, finding out what was going on with little bro, and you know what I'm saying, and then now, you know what I'm saying, grandmother. So, man, listen, we encourage you all to make sure that you're in a space where you're not taking life nor your loved ones for granted. Um, Make sure you know what I'm saying, to the best of your ability, as the spirit of God leads you to, remain intentional about, you know, the day to day that you've been blessed with, as far as the time that you've been given here on earth. I mean, make it be something where it's impactful. Make it be something where, you know what I'm saying, it brings forth joy, and it you know, pulls or adds value to the life of those that you have been connected with and that you're doing life with. So um and I'm not gonna ask you how you feeling.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Because we already know. You know what I'm saying? How you feel about, you know what I'm saying, everything that's going on in the space that we're in. I mean, we talked about that a whole lot, but I do want to say, again, all glory to God for him keeping and sustaining, you know what I'm saying, our family in the manner in which he has over these past, you know what I'm saying, few weeks as we've navigated and dealt with the different challenges that we face, man. So this won't be a video where we spend a lot of time, you know, kind of like on that piece. It's more of a video where we'll be reflective and just, you know what I'm saying, keep an intentional focus about the celebration of life, and you know what I'm saying, just being in a space where you don't take anything for granted, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we you know what I'm saying? I heard something so profound the other day. I told you I was watching it was a sermon, and you know, forgive me, I can't remember who the man of God was that was teaching it, but he said the only reason that, you know what I'm saying, we're still alive is because air is free. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And when he said that, like, I had to pause the video and I reflected on it for a moment, and had to think about it. It was like, wow, that's God and his divine wisdom, and you know what I'm saying, the way he created the human body, and then just the functionality of everything concerning, you know what I'm saying, our makeup, and you know, the life that we have is like he made it where, you know what I'm saying, humanity could not be in control of the
Right.
distribution of the breath that's in our lungs. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And as I thought about that, I started thinking about how, you know, humanity, and this is not a beat humanity obsession at all, but just a reflective moment to consider how, you know what I'm saying, natural resources such as water and such as gas. I understand the filtration process, and you know that takes money, and you know what I'm saying, everything else, but so many of the natural resources and the things that God has given us to have at our
Mhm.
disposal, humanity is, you know what I'm saying, found a way to monetize, and you know what I'm saying, put itself in position to capitalize off of, you know what I'm saying, those things that God created for our use and our benefit. And as I thought about that, I was like, man, what if somebody had control to say, oh, you ain't you ain't pay your oxygen bill,
Yeah.
or you ain't pay your air bill,
Mhm.
cut him, you know what I'm saying, cut him off. You know what I'm saying? Like that would
Mhm.
be, because like if we don't pay the water bill in the house,
Oh, they're gonna turn it off.
they're gonna turn the water off. If we
Mhm.
don't pay the electric bill or the gas bill, there's somebody that,
Oh,
you know what I'm
absolutely.
saying, has the ability and has the earthly authority to come out and say, hey, you didn't pay this bill, so now we're gonna, you know what I'm saying,
And not
disconnect
think
your
twice about
services,
it.
and not think twice about it. You know what I'm saying? But God, and like I said, is in His genius. Like there's nobody that can come up to me and press a button, you know what I'm saying, and take away my ability to breathe, or take away my
Yeah.
life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just grateful for hearing something that caused me to take a moment to consider
How delicate life
how
is.
delicate it is, but then also the goodness of God. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
you know, I'm always reminded that His ways are not our ways, and His thoughts are not our thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And that with our finite minds, when we're considering certain things, it's like we develop a level of rationale surrounding it that is so far fetched that it's not even funny. But
Mhm.
God, and you know what I'm saying, His infinite wisdom is like, hey, listen, I'm in control. I'm sovereign. I got that. So
Right.
you know what I'm saying. Everything is good. But like, you know what I'm saying. Again, man, just we've been in a space where we now, because when we were leading up to the retirement and all of these other things, my wife always says, you know what I'm saying, she reminds me not to become arrogant and thinking that I have all of the time in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because she'll have an idea about something, and we'll be like, hey, yeah, that'll be good to do. And my response is, you know, a lot of times been, okay, yeah, we got time, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah, we have, you know, we'll plan that for this moment in time, and you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth. And I'm not saying that we should be impulsive and just, you know what I'm saying, throw caution to the wind. But I do feel like we should live life more intentionally concerning the things that we engage in, and you know what I'm saying, concerning, you know,
Yeah.
our interactions with our loved ones.
I mean, I don't think that people should. I don't think it should be a rush.
Hmm.
You know, you shouldn't rush through your life.
Nah, not at all.
Not saying that, but I do believe
Hmm.
um, we do have an arrogance about us that is, I'll get to that later.
Yeah.
I'll get to that later. I'll get to that. And sometimes there later doesn't come.
Yeah, it doesn't.
And I think you have to, the things that you can do, the things that are important to the people around you, or the moments that you can spend, or you know, whatever, you should appreciate that moment, because you just don't know.
Nah, you just
I
don't.
mean, you know, I'll be 48 this year. That means my brother was 43,
Hmm.
and he just died.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, being honest, I think for him, he probably did everything he wanted to do,
Yeah.
because he was more. I think he was more. I don't want to say I'm more adventurous, but I think for him, it was easier. He was more simple in the way of a barbecue.
Oh yeah.
Was like, we're having a barbecue. That for him was like,
that was the move.
right. Like if someone said to him, "Do you want to have a barbecue, or do you want to go to Morocco?" He's gonna be like, "Let's go ahead and put these ribs on the grill. Let's gonna make these rib tips. You gonna make the sides, or you know, whatever." He was that person. Where for me, if you say, "Well, do you want to go to Morocco, or do you want to barbecue?"
Yeah, you want to go to Morocco.
I'm trying to go to Morocco. I don't care nothing about no barbecue.
Yeah, but you don't eat meat.
I mean, but even when I did eat meat, that wasn't my like.
Yeah, I just was.
Yeah, like for me going, you know, just like I want to go in your backyard and and watch you cook meat on the grill. I want to go somewhere. I want to see something. So that gives me a little bit of peace, knowing that he didn't have all the, like, you know, he didn't have all these things. Now I'm like, oh my God, he wanted to do this and he wanted to do that. I think that he literally did the stuff he wanted to do when he wanted to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that has given me a little bit of peace. But then when I'm selfish, it's like, yeah, but you didn't do what I wanted you to do. Like, we didn't get a chance to do this or go there or say this, or, you know, so. But that's in a moment of being selfish.
Yeah, I mean, but that, and you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the human fact. I mean, we human, you know what I'm saying? Like, in at certain moments, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, we don't take the time to really recognize that, man, you know what I'm saying, we human. Like, we you know what I'm saying, sometimes get caught up in and you know, the strength of who it is that we are, and you know, the source of everything that we do comes from God. You know what I'm saying? God is our creator, our relationships with Christ, and the things that we're in pursuit of, that's always, you know, at the forefront of our minds. But you know what I'm saying, sometimes I feel as if even in our relationships, it's almost like we'll go before God and we'll be disingenuous concerning the things that we're feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that, you know what I'm saying, being dishonest with God about some feeling or emotion is necessarily a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, hey, look, let me be honest, because God knows anyway. It's not like, you know what I'm saying, you can hide it from him. It's not like you can be on some like, well, yeah, I'm not gonna reveal that to God, because, you know what I'm saying. So it's like, you know, as long as, you know what I'm saying, when you're having some thought or some feeling or some emotion that may not necessarily, you know, be in your best interest to act upon or whatever else, you know what I'm saying, you just don't act upon it. But at the same time, if it's something that's present and something that you're dealing with, I know me personally, I always take that stuff to God, and I'm like, God, this is what I'm feeling, and you know, this is what my emotions are leading me to, and you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth. So to your point, for you to be in a space where it was like you wish you had more time with, you know, with him to do X, Y, and Z, or so on and so forth. I just think that's, you know what I'm saying, that's the human factor. Like, there's, you know.
Well, yeah, because I also recognize, you know, no matter how much time you have, you still want more. You know, if you,
definitely.
Everybody always says, I wish I could just say I love you one more time. Well, if you say one more time, you're going to wish after that one you had one more time. Or, it's just like, you don't have, you'll never have enough time to love someone.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because and the thing about it is this, man. It's like, at the end of the day, the memory of our loved ones, you know what I'm saying, is something where I feel like, um, is almost like a treasure that we're able to take with us, moving forward. Not to idolize their existence in any way, shape, or form, but just to be able to draw back on those memories and the impact and the influence that certain encounters, or certain events or circumstances had in our lives, and what that meant to us. To be able to reflect upon that, I feel like it's, it's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? To help us get through that, and be able to navigate those times of difficulty and everything else. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm thankful to God for that. But you touch on a very interesting point as it relates to time. You know what I'm saying? Like I know we've both gotten to the place of realizing that, that's the most valuable commodity of all. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a time in our lives where, my pursuit was, hey, let me acquire as many resources as possible to make sure my wife and my kids are squared away, and I can give you all a certain quality of life. And you know what I'm saying? What I didn't realize during that particular period or whatever is that, I wasn't taking the time to stop and enjoy the moments that God had given us to be together. You know what I'm saying? Nor was I in a space where I was thinking correctly in terms of, my efforts and my pursuit. And now, you know what I'm saying, we talk about it like we have no desires to be the richest people in the world. Like, that's not, that's not what we're on. We want to be able to pay our bills. We want to be able to not be in debt. We want to make sure, we never are negligent in what it is that our faithfulness and responsibility is towards, the church, and being a blessing to others that God leads us to, and so on and so forth. But myself nor my wife are in a space where we are materialistic and feel as if, hey, we got to get the stuff, or we have to get the things. You know what I'm saying? But I just being honest, that hasn't always been for me anyway. You've never been, and I don't think either of us have ever been materialistic per se.
I mean, I think we like things, so I guess in a way, like, I guess everyone has their own version of materialistic.
Yeah, materialism.
Like for me, if you let me travel, I don't really care to have the stuff. I literally could travel with a book bag, and I just need
that out literally.
I just need clean underwear and deodorant and a toothbrush, and but I don't. But then for someone else, they're like, well, I don't want to travel at all. I have no interest in traveling, but I really like this car.
Yeah, definitely.
Or I really want to live in this house. I mean, I think everybody has a certain house they want, but it might be more elaborate with different stuff that it does. You walk in the house and, hey, Bob, turn all the lights on and turn the fireplace on, and then it just everything
comes on,
so I guess it just it's what makes us individuals, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, but I don't, but still staying on that point, I don't feel like either one of us were, overly, or have ever been, nor are we now just overly material. Because even with those things, like if they can't happen, it doesn't send us into a tailspin. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So, because again, just touching on something from the last video, like I said, man, I had a number of individuals, were like, hey, you could get you a job making this amount of money, and you have this skill set, and you could, and initially.
But the thing about that is, after and I'm sorry for cutting you off.
You go.
But you've been in the military for 26 years. I think it's time to go ahead and just enjoy life and not be worried about a job. If, now, of course, if we're in a situation where we need to
Oh
work,
yeah, I'm
then
gonna get a job.
I'm
Yeah,
going to get a
definitely.
job,
Yeah.
and
Well, now
we'll
I'll go get a job.
well,
Yeah,
we'll just both get a job.
we'll talk about it offline. Yeah, but
Okay, we'll
yeah.
both get a job.
All right, go ahead. My
Okay.
bad. Yeah.
So, but at some point, you have to realize that you are, you're paying someone to work for them.
Yeah.
You know, and people will say, well, what do you mean you're paying someone? If I go to a job, I am paying my employer to work for them because I'm giving them my time. I'm paying them with my time. So I'm paying you with my time for you to give me money that I can't spend because my time is spent with you.
Yeah.
So it's just like you're just chasing your tail, and it's at some point you have to just say enough is enough. Like,
Yeah,
because now you're making all the money. If you have a job where you don't have to, your finances are residual. They just come in if you're sleeping or if you are taking a shower or whatever. That's one thing. But if you physically go into a job or work from home, because if you're working from home, you still have to be behind a computer.
Yeah,
People can
definitely.
still,
Yeah, definitely.
you're still doing something where someone will know if you're not there.
Yeah.
So you're making all this money, but then you don't have time to even spend it.
Yeah, or even enjoy the fruits of your
Right.
labor or whatever.
You know,
So,
and then, you know, it's like they want you to work until you're, what, 70 years old?
oh, that's 70.
It's 70
Yeah,
something,
that's
I
crazy.
feel like.
Wow.
And now and we're going to give you your retirement, but now you're tired.
Yeah, but now you're tired
Or
or
broken.
you're broken. Yeah,
You know,
what I'm
and
saying?
so,
Physically, yeah. For
again,
real.
you can't. So for me, it's like I would much prefer to live a little scaled back and be happy with time. I mean, because I think about when we first moved here, we were in that 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
I was just as happy as I could be.
Yeah, because and like I said, the materialistic aspect of it is not something where, you know what I'm saying, we've ever been moved by that per se. You know what I'm saying? But I did, like, just because, you know what I'm saying, like I've not been shy about highlighting, you know what I'm saying, like early on in my adult years, you know, when I was a younger man, and I'm not old now, but when I was younger, I'm not old. I didn't understand or the standards by which I governed myself, you know what I'm saying, had a little bit of what God said, but then it was also implemented with what the world said. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it was like I felt I had to do all of these things and provide certain things. And again, you know what I'm saying? Definitely, I gotta take care of my wife and my kids. That's what it is. But I had, you know what I'm saying, a distorted view of what that actually looked like. You know what I'm saying? Or how I was to go about doing that. So, because now, man, I'm in a space where like, you know, we're passionate about, first and foremost, sharing the gospel and sharing, you know, our relationship with Christ and, you know, what he's done in our lives with as many people as, you know what I'm saying, God will allow us to come into contact with, but doing it in a way that's very natural to who it is that he created us to be as husband and wife, but also as, you know, Cedric and LaShawn, you know what I'm saying? But then also, like, we both are in a space where, and we're now getting ready to pursue that, where we want to do men's conferences and women conferences and marriage conferences and, you know what I'm saying, all of these other things to be able to bring, you know, like-minded individuals together who are in pursuit of, you know what I'm saying, you know, healthier relationships and just being healthier overall in their day-to-day lives, and, you know, having the right perspective and mindset surrounding the things that they're pursuing in life and engaging in life. So, you know, those are things that God has placed on our heart, and now we will have the time to
Right.
do those things more intentionally, because you know what I'm saying, like, that's just like the stuff that you've been working on as far as like the wish, you know what I'm saying, piece. Like, you have a curriculum and you have, you know what I'm saying, an outline of an agenda of what, you know what I'm saying, you would like to do and how to facilitate that. And, you know, I love being able to sit down with men, you know what I'm saying, and discuss the word of God, and, you know, have that be a situation where, you know, we begin to examine ourselves against that word and make the necessary adjustments. So now, as we, you know, become intentional about these things and we start actually doing the work that God, you know what I'm saying, is leading and inspiring us to do, we'll use our time more wisely for the benefit of the kingdom rather than, you know what I'm saying, like you said, exchanging our time for some type of monetary,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, thinking God is still, because that's just like you know, with early on, like, you know what I'm saying, in the schoolyard, you was like, hey, yeah, God is saying this is not the space that I'm supposed to be in, and you know what I'm saying, we're on the one income. God is continuing to provide, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, like, our bills are still being paid. We still have food to eat. We still have clothes on our back. Mortgage is still being paid. Car notes, like all of these things, like, you know what I'm saying? God is still facilitating a way for all of these things to be taken care of. You know what I'm saying? And He's always been faithful. So I don't believe that we'll now get to this space and, you know what I'm saying, the favor of God and His faithfulness in our lives will, you know what I'm saying, now just, you know what I'm
Like,
saying,
well,
yeah, like it's
it was a
over
fun
with.
ride.
Nah. Yeah, so, um, but time is definitely of the essence, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't know how much of it we have, and not to live our lives in a space of being fearful or scared of, you know what I'm saying, whatever else, but just being like on this day, being intentional to enjoy
Yeah.
and be mindful of
Live
what
in the
God,
moment.
yeah, like, God, yeah,
Yeah, 'cause I know I spend a lot of my time saying, oh, I wish it was 2 weeks from now. This
hmm
thing is going to happen in 2 weeks.
hmm
Or, oh, I wish it was a month from now because this thing is going to happen in a month. And, if I had said on, because, my brother passed away on the 20th of
of May,
April,
of
May,
May,
of May.
yeah,
And if I had on the 18th been like, oh, I'd be so glad when it's 5 days from now.
hmm
I would have been 5 days from now saying, oh my God, just this is some of the worst times of my life.
hmm
So I think you have to be present in the moment because you don't know what the next moments will bring
yeah,
that you are rushing to get to.
yeah, definitely,
You have to, because, so my brother passed on the 20th, and
hmm
then not even a full 2 weeks later, my grandmother passed away. So in, like you said, 2 week span, it's like my last living grandparent and my only sibling.
yeah.
So it's like, a month ago, my life looked completely different than it looks
Than what
now.
it looks now. Yeah,
So
definitely.
you have to be mindful of that.
Yeah, definitely. And the thing about it is, man, like you again touch on a very, you know what I'm saying, interesting point. Like we'll be deceived, you know what I'm saying, a lot of times rushing from one point to the next, and it's like all of the stuff in between, we
Yep.
it gets lost. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like it definitely gets lost. So like Saint may do some funny thing, or you know what I'm saying, Milan or Brooklyn may do some funny thing, or Jordan may do something that, you know what I'm saying, or London, like one of our kids, or you know what I'm saying, because you funny
Oh, I'm
sometimes,
I'm so funny all the
you know what I'm
time.
saying. So it's like, but if we're so focused on, you know what I'm saying, that next thing is like we miss out on an opportunity, or you know what I'm saying. I was sharing with you, I had the opportunity. I was blessed to go spend some time with you know what I'm saying, my brother Mitch. Me and him had hung
Hmm.
out in a minute, and me and him, you know what I'm saying, got the chance to hang out. But en route to me going up there to spend some time with him, I told you the lady that I bumped into,
Yeah, in the
yeah, in
airport.
the airport. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying, and just being present in that space to have the conversation that she and I had, and it definitely blessed me. You know what I'm saying, older lady. You know what I'm saying, she was traveling up to for, she said it was her 60th
Hmm. Yeah.
high school reunion, but she also had family in the area, and she was just sharing some stuff with me as it relates to the space that she was in life, and how God was, even at that age, teaching her some things and allowing her to understand some new things. And it was like, but in the past, there were times where I wouldn't even been present
Able
enough
to
in that
hear that.
moment, yeah, to have that conversation. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like the spirit of God, as we seek Him and we are engaged in relationship with Him, has caused me to slow down in terms of, you know what I'm saying, my thinking, and you know what I'm saying, my moving ahead to the next thing. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Because being in the military is like, we would have, And it would always be like you had a 25-meter target, a 50-meter target. So that was the rationale that I used in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then God completely shifted all that. He like, hey, that's not what I said in my word. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, the Bible tells us not to be anxious about tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Because tomorrow will be anxious for itself. Sufficient for today is his own trouble. So, you know what I'm saying? As we engage in developing a understanding of right thinking and everything else, is like, man, let me be present in this moment. Let me, because we've, you know what I'm saying, going on coffee dates and,
Yeah, those have been
you know what I'm
nice.
saying, like different things that
We wouldn't have
we
had
wouldn't have had
time to
time to
do
do. You know what I'm
before.
saying? Yeah, because of
Hmm.
everything that's going on, and it's like it's adding another layer of um depth to our relationship. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? It's like we're becoming more intimately connected, and you know what I'm saying? We're, in a space where we're collectively recognizing the space that God has put us in to you know what I'm saying, not only be intentional about strengthening our marriage and everything else, but also being mindful and intentional concerning the mission that we feel like he's given us
Hmm.
in terms of, you know, sharing what he's taught us with other
Right.
men and women, and you know what I'm saying, just in the community or whatever. So um I think that's been a beautiful thing, you know what I'm saying, as we continue to transition and navigate life. And the thing about it is, man, we we'll always have, you know what I'm saying, things to contend with, and we'll always have, these different things to navigate. And the new normal for ourselves as it relates to, you know what I'm saying, transitioning, and you know what I'm saying, your grandmother transitioning, and we don't know what'll lie ahead, following that. But it's like, man, just to continuously remain hopeful and place our faith, and you know what I'm saying, trust that God is doing something that, you know what I'm saying, is just beyond our comprehension and understanding, but still being able to trust him is like, I think that's a beautiful place to be in. And then also, like I said, just, you know, yeah, what you about to say?
No, it's just
You was just taking
catching
a
my
breath.
breath. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, taking a minute, because that's something else that it's kind of crazy, because I know prior to all of the stuff, you were like, once you retire, I want to take us a day trip, and I want to do this and do that. And we would like, yeah, and I was making plans and provisions for that. And you know what I'm saying? It was like you said, man, we done took a couple of day trips with everything going on, having to fly here and
Hmm.
fly there, and, navigate this, and, navigate that. And it's like, but even in that, God is, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
so faithful. Like we even found moments to laugh, and
Yeah. I
moments to,
mean, it's it's probably one of the hardest things I've dealt with.
hmm
Um, but I'm in a place where I want to find the beauty even in the hard
oh
places.
yeah, yeah,
Um, you know, he is gone,
hmm
but um,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so, and with that being said, man, I think, you know what I'm saying, that this is a good point to stick a pin in it, and you know what I'm
We can keep
saying.
going.
Yeah, I mean, but we had that time, you know what I'm saying, and then just, also go ahead and check on our little
Those little people.
yeah, our little people, and you know what I'm saying, continue moving forward, man. Listen, for everybody that's been praying for our family,
Thank
and
you
you know what I'm
so
saying, yeah,
much.
it's greatly appreciated. We thank God for your prayers. We thank God for your intentionality, all the love and support, that has come about during this time. The respect that everybody is given with regards to, giving Lashana and our mom, and you know what I'm saying, our family space to just kind of heal and grieve and deal with everything that's going on is much appreciated. And now, you know what I'm saying, watch how quick I shift, because this about to be crazy. I'm thanking y'all for prayers, but I still need y'all to, subscribe to the channel. Like you know what I'm saying, right
thank,
quick. Yeah,
thank you for praying for us. We pray
yeah,
that you subscribe.
yeah. Not we ain't. Well, I hope that this is a
I
blessing
mean,
to you. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
yeah,
Yeah,
because you could, yeah.
yeah,
I pray that people are moved to subscribe.
yeah.
I pray that we touch them in a way that and we bless them in a way that they would feel like they want to
Yeah,
keep along this ride
this
with
ride with
us.
us. Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Yeah,
because we just doing
I'm not
life.
praying like you
No, no,
pray
I
for
know you.
money or something.
No,
Like,
yeah, I ain't feel like that
nobody's
anyway.
doing that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And because all it is man, just us doing life together. You know what I'm saying? The Bible talks about the beauty of the body of Christ. And you know what I'm saying, how the body is consistent of many members, and you know what I'm saying, we've all been given unique gifts and talents, and the gifts and talents that we've been given are not for our benefit, but it's for the benefit of, you know what I'm saying, those that we're doing life with, man. So I pray that, again, the content that we share and the lessons that, you know what I'm saying, God has afforded us the opportunity to understand, and all of those other things, all of benefit and, you know what I'm saying, a blessing to you. And you know what I'm saying? So yeah, again, make sure you subscribe to the channel, share the content with those that are in your circle, and prayerfully, again, is something that leads you to have positive communication within your social circles, in your relationships, and just in your family dynamic, man, because the enemy he has a full-fledged press attack against marriages and families and that whole dynamic. And you know what I'm saying, if we look at social media and you know what I'm saying, just the media content
And the
period,
divide, I
yeah,
think
it's
that
like,
there's the devil has created such a divide with, like, if you listen to men on social media, it sounds almost like they hate women. If you listen to
yeah,
women,
yeah,
it sounds like they hate men. And it's like, we're put here to be together. That
yeah,
is our purpose, to be together. And just, oh, you just hear so many negative things and so
yeah,
many negative ideas, and I think so much of it is based off of lack of communication,
yeah, definitely a
and
lot of
and
that,
and
yeah.
then lack of understanding.
Yeah, and just being in a space, cause I know even for us, man, and I'm gonna say this, and we gonna get out the way. Even for us, like, realizing what it is that we needed to focus on in the midst of certain conversations. It was like we had to get to the point where we realized we weren't combating one another.
Right.
It was an issue that we both, you know what I'm saying, were dealing with, and we had to contend with that issue. She wasn't the enemy, I wasn't the enemy. The issue, or the thing that, you know what I'm saying, was causing that divide, that was the thing that we needed to focus on. And once we started paying attention that, you know what I'm saying, we had a common objective and how to proceed, it was like, okay, now we know how to move forward. And again, you know what I'm saying, like we've said in past videos, it doesn't mean that, you know what I'm saying, we don't have disagreements, and it
Right.
doesn't mean that we don't have things that we see or view differently. But you know what I'm saying, the manner and a way in which we go about navigating those things is completely different than what it was in the past. You know what I'm saying? So and I just thank God for allowing us to grow to this place, because all glory belongs to him. It's not, you know what I'm saying, again, like the Bible teaches us, it's the Spirit of God that works within us that causes us, you know what I'm saying, to do anything that's righteous or anything that's you know what I'm saying, good. So again, man, hey, listen, subscribe to the channel, share the content. We pray that this conversation has been a blessing. Again, please continue to keep our family lifted in prayer, and continue to you know what I'm saying, consider us, because it's definitely appreciated. Now, with that being said, I don't have nothing else to
I mean,
say.
I'm gonna sit this boy in
Yeah,
here acting
because
like he's
yeah,
choking.
the 5-year-old, he needs some attention. So, hey, y'all have a blessed remainder of the day, man. Peace.